U.S. farmers and business interests are waiting for fallout over evolving global trade policy.
We will buy American.
Donald Trump derided existing trade deals on the campaign trail and has kept the drumbeat consistent during his presidency. Thursday, the administration announced the U.S. will go forward with steel and aluminum tariffs on imports from the EU, Mexico, and Canada, the top 3 destinations of American agricultural exports.
This is a bad day for the world trade. The European Union cannot react to that without any kind of reaction, so we'll immediately introduce a settlement dispute on the WTO level, and will announce in the next coming hours counterbalancing measures. What they can do, we are able to do exactly the same.
The EU released a 10-page list in March in the event that this day would come, and includes items in 3 categories, including steel and agricultural products. The big shoe to drop in the agricultural community is in major goods involved in NAFTA and China. Canada and Mexico's place on the exemption list announced in March was seen as a good faith effort in the NAFTA talks. Canada's Prime Minister said he'd been in talks with Vice President Mike Pence this week over national security issues raised by the U.S. over car imports. But the long-sought NAFTA overhaul remained on the table Wednesday. Thursday's U.S. announcement prompted Justin Trudeau to call the tariffs unacceptable. Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister said a dollar-for-dollar response will be levied against their #1 trading partner.
This is the strongest trade action Canada has taken in the post-war era. This is a very strong response. It is a proportionate response. It is perfectly reciprocal. But I really want to assure you and to assure Canadians this is a very strong Canadian action in response to a very bad U.S. decision.
The Trump administration renewed a threat this week to place a 25% tariff on $50 billion of Chinese goods in retaliation for trade practices it calls unfair. The American Chamber of Commerce is asking that China no longer be granted developing country status in the World Trade Organization. U.S. companies are seeking reciprocal access to the Chinese economy. The International Economic Watchdog Group, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, said this week new threats could hurt long-term global economic growth.
Les réponses unilatérales et les menaces de guerre commerciale.
French President Emmanuel Macron, a Trump ally, told the OECD responses and threats won't solve the serious imbalances in the world trade. For Market to Market, I'm Paul Yeager.